let's very quickly start with the first topic. Europe after the fall of the Roman Empire. Okay. So understand that I was already discussing that Roman Empire, it had, understand, whenever you are studying, you have to make interlinkages with your ancient, medieval and modern India. Okay. So it had ties up with Gupta and Mauryan Empire. So there was a flourishing trade, and when the trade declined, okay, when the international trade declined, everywhere we have seen coming up of a ruralized economy, because international trade is declining, so dependency will be more on your agricultural production. Is it clear? Okay. So initially, Roman Empire, it was one of the most powerful empire in Europe, Asia and Africa. Okay, we see that after it fall, a group of German people from Eastern and Central Europe, they settled up in Italy, Spain and France. Is it clear? Now, what happens that when these people set up, then a new social organization was formed. And the basis of this new social organization was the ownership of the land. Understand, this is important. Okay. Further, over here, we see the synthesis of coming together of Roman and German tradition in many ways. In religion context, it was Christianity which became the official religion at that point of time in Rome. Is it clear? What do I mean by that the social organization was dictated by ownership of the land? We will see further that the society was divided into certain stratas, okay, and the people, it was the land owning people who are known as feudal lords, they automatically become very powerful. That's why the person who had land, he was higher up in the social hierarchy. Okay, further we see that Abhi, what happens that Roman Empire had fallen down, trade and commerce had declined. What it had led to? It had led to a ruralized, okay, it had led to a ruralized agricultural economy, right, in the Dark Ages. And these Dark Ages, it's a period which is between the fall of Roman Empire and the Renaissance period. I have discussed Renaissance was the rebirth, the mundane approach, the secular approach, the critical thinking, the logical analysis of the common people, right? So what happened? A lot of religious crusades or wars were fought during the Dark Ages. Let's see certain feature of these Dark Ages. First one over here is decline of the central authority. Okay, acha, please understand this. What was the central authority over here? It was Rome, right? But there was a downfall. When there is a downfall due to decline in the trade and commerce, what it is going to lead into? The fragmentation of the whole empire into small parcels of land, right? So from a centralized economy, what do you move to? Towards a decentralized economy or decentralized setup, where what happens, the local lords, they gain the power while the kings, they lose the control. Each pocket of land here had its own vassal or a feudal lord. Okay, and this vassal, he had power to tax the people in that area. He had power to have an army in that area. Okay, he had power to mint the coins in that area. So the king or the central authority was dependent on these local people whenever they needed the army. Is it clear? Now, dominance of the church had increased because there were, I will just discuss after this, there were three social or hierarchy in the there were three hierarchies in the social organization where church had become the supreme moral spiritual authority. Everything was done by the church. There was overlapping of the state and the church. Okay, church was dictating the rules to the state. After this, there was a economic decline. What happened? We have seen long distance trade reduced. Agriculture, it became the mainstay of the survival. So, ruralized economy. After this, I have just discussed the concept over here that there was rise of feudalism. Society, it was divided into the rigid classes. The first were the king, noble, clergy, knights. Okay, these were the first two. Another one were your peasants or the serf. Actually, the first one is your clergy and the monks. The second one over here is your noble and the knights. And the third one at the basic level, the people who are burdened with their taxes are your peasants and the serf. Okay. During this period, European society was forced into the shackles of feudalism. Like we have seen what is this term feudalism. In 2015, UPSC in the prelims has asked the question on feudalism. Okay. So, I have just discussed the concept above in the diagram. What happens that the whole centralized economy, it breaks down into small pockets, and each pocket has feudal 1, feudal 2, feudal 3, feudal 4, its own lord. Each lord has the power to tax the people, to mint the coins, right? To make rules for his own territory, to have a standing army, right? King is dependent on the feudal lord for the army, right? So what happens in turn, the lord becomes very powerful. Okay, so understand the term feudalism, it is derived from the German word feud, which means conditional ownership of the land. Okay, so without a central authority, Europe becomes fragmented into small kingdoms and the local territories which were ruled by the feudal lords. This is what I was discussing. I have discussed it here, right? The central authority fails and then pockets of feudal lords develop over here. Now, in this concept, whenever the king took the services of the feudal lord, in return, the king gave him the land. Okay. Now, this you can compare with the Jagirdari crisis. Okay, Jagirdari crisis of medieval India. We have seen this during the Mughal administration. So the land, it was given in exchange of loyalty services and the military aid. Okay. Now understand what happened that this feudalism had developed. I think I'm telling you the third time that there was a decline of a strong central authority, and all this led to the political fragmentation. Unstable kingdoms, local rulers, they emerge as the protector of the people. Also, there was need of security. There were a lot of invasions, okay, and common people, they sought protection against with their local lords. Also, central authority is declined. Now the king was not strong, so there was a weak kingship. The real power, it lay in the hands of the feudal lords. Is it clear? Apart from this, the church has legitimized the authority of the king. Okay, here I will like to discuss. I'll make a parallel analogy with your ancient India. We have seen that what happens, that the Brahmins and the Kshatriyas, they basically have a nexus. Okay, so over here it is the Brahmins who are legitimizing the king via Vajpayee, Ashwamedh Yagya, right? Chariot race, all this is happening, and in turn, the king is giving authority to the Brahmins or the priest to further spread or acculture the other tribal people and bring them in the Varna system order. Similarly, what happened, the church, the priest and the clergy over there, they legitimized the authority of the king and the lord. And all this basically what happened, promoted the loyalty and obedience of the people towards the feudal lords in the name of God's will. Is it clear? Now,